Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Smart Plant Spoolgen. Now Smart Plant Spoolgen is a software that convert long pipes into small pipe, and it is widely used in oil and gas industry. Now this software is further used in mineral industries, steel plants, pharmaceutical plants, where there is an application of converting long steel pipes into small pipes. So this software is made by Intergraph and it is integrated with the SP3D as well as isogen. Now Intergraph is a very common name in software industry, a company that was formed in United States and has made a lot more softwares. Also, the system and the software is widely used in various companies that include Chicago and Bridge Company, Flo Daniel, Bechtel, Larsen and Toubro, and many more such high names. Now, what exactly the scope of the software is all about? Why we are using this software? So this software is used to do spooling. Spooling is a task of converting higher length pipe into small pieces, or cutting or defragmenting the larger pipes into smaller sections. So it is being widely used for the mechanical engineers, those who are working in oil and gas industry or metallurgical industry. So here we can see at the top there is a toolbar. Now the toolbar is mentioning the file, project, edit, view, welding, add, smart plant, various tools, window, and help option. So in this video, we will be talking about step-by-step procedure to how to use Intergraph Spoolgen. Now, if I click here in the file option, I can see open. Now open stands for opening up an IDF or intermediate data file that is acting as an input for the software. This open will open the already loaded IDF files within the software. Now if I want to import a particular file, so I will click here on the import file. When I will click here on import file, now I can see the number of IDF that are present within the project. Now what exactly are these IDF files? The IDF file represent as a dump file for the PDS, PDMS or SP3D softwares. Now these softwares are used to design power plant, oil and gas plant or metal industry plants in a software. So these softwares are used to design the routing of the pipe or are useful in doing the piping. So commonly used piping tools or pipe design tools are SP3D, PDS or PDMS. Now when an engineer think about a plant or a plot plan, then after doing a plot plan, they create a visualization of a project in the PDMS or PDS or SP3D tool. So after creating a whole plant with the help of a process, so there are a lot of many steps that are involved to create an oil and gas plant. The various steps that involve, you all know, if we belong to this industry, then the various steps that involve would be, first there will be identification. After identification, there will be a survey of the area. After doing the survey, we will call a PMC. Now after approval from the PMC will start its work and would go to the process department. The process department would further start designing the plant, and they will work on that number of process, whether it's a hydrochloric sulfur unit or whatever the different units, or whatever would be the output of the plant, petroleum plant. So on that basis, they will be analyzing the data, and after analyzing, they will be designing. The process department would be telling to the mechanical department or the piping department to have an overview of all the piping specs that are involved, and they'll be issuing their piping material spec to the piping team. So it's a little bit complex. But once the piping is done, once the plant has been designed in 3D model tools such as PDS, PDMS that are of Intergraph, then an IDF file is being generated from the software, or PCF file can be generated from these 3D modeling tools. Now these PCF or IDF files can be re-imported in spoolgen software. So here we have already created a project in spoolgen, and after clicking on project and import file, we can see it's opening the directory to import particular IDF. Now project creation itself is an admin part, and it's a separate task. Generally, admin decide each and every setting of a particular project, which includes the total inch dia, whether it's in inch dia or in mm, or we are talking about in mm or in inch, the further what exactly the north of the plant would be, and what will be the weld tolerance, weld gap. So each and every setting is decided at the admin stage while creating a project. So that is a separate task. So we are talking about when we have created the project and now we are importing IDF. So here we can see the software can take PCF, IDF, DAT, MOD, SUP formats. These formats are being generated by different 3D modeling tools. So when I will click here on any of the particular IDF, which is mentioning the line size, the area code, the fluid code, the spec, line sequence number, the insulation. When I will click here on the open, now I will see that the software will load this particular IDF. So here we can see the software will start importing the IDF. So when I will click here on the particular IDF, it will open up the particular IDF that I imported. After importing the IDF, I can see various options has now become open. And what are these options to do a spool marking? Being a user, you need to mark shop welds as well as field weld within this designated IDF or a pipe route. This is a complete one route. Now we want to break it into different spool categories. So here I will click on welding and I will give a site weld here, suppose. So here we can see it has break the whole pipe length into two parts, mentioning SP1 and SP3. Suppose I want to break it from here as well. So I will click here and will give me another field weld. And so on, we can do successive joints, whether shop welds or field welds can be defined successively. Not only this, we can define various workshop weld, field fit welds, offshore welds, special site welds, or support welds. This is a complete BOQ. This is a pipe mentioning the nominal size and the length. Further, we can see various components that are being connected, and we have given a side weld and a shop weld. If I'll click here on the weld and I will click here on the properties, I can see that the various pipeline properties will become open. Here I can change the weld properties. I can give another number name, I can give insulation and so on. So I can type the things. Here I can change the category of or type of the weld. Whether it's a butt weld, it's a fillet weld, it's a socket weld, whatever the kind of weld it is, I can give. Now spool 1, I can see another Pipeline Explorer window here mentioning the line ID along with the spool number. Spool number would have its attribute and components. So when I will click here on the component, it will highlight. So spool 1 is having a pipe, a weld, and a T. It has 3 components: a pipe, a weld, and a T. And now here this weld is a field weld. So here I can see this spool is one component and will be given to the shop team, and they will be fabricating the spool at the site. So this spool SP1 has 3 components which we can refer from Pipeline Explorer. Further, if I want to check the erection items, so I can see the erection items that are available. Erection items are those items which will be directly erected at the site. Similarly, I can see for the spool 2. Here I can see in spool 2 there is a pipe, a weld, a 12 by 20 inch reducer, another weld, a pipe, a weld for an OLED and OLED. So these many components are attached in spool number 2. Let us just verify. This is spool number 2. I can see the pipe, the 2 welds, the reducer, a weld, an OLED, and a pipe. So this is my another spool number 2. This spool will be again given to my fabrication team, and they will be fabricating the spool and then erecting at the site. So that's how the spooling work initiated in spoolgen software. Further, within the software, in upcoming videos, we will see the type of welds, how can we add annotation, supports, bolts, wall penetrations. Furthermore, how can we use various tools such as automatic straight split? How can we change elbows into bend? What is measure command? What is query 3D? How to give weld numbers? How to clear the split points? How to zoom in, fit view, pan, and what will be the role of window. So these all commands we will be checking in our upcoming videos. I hope you guys would like the video, and if you find it knowledgeable, do comment in the lower section below. Thank you very much.